Everybody knows John Wayne Gacy, Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer. But what about the other guys? The lesser known, that are just as evil. Come along and explore them and learn some hard lessons with me, Brett, and my co-host and beautiful wife, Deanna. Each week, we will be exploring the dark minds of these people, also paranormal, conspiracy theory, and some cryptids. We hope you have as much fun with this as we do.
Hey classmates, this is Deanna.
Hey guys, this is Brett. Welcome back to week 29 of not every week, but almost every week, hard lessons.
We've been a little busy.
We've been a little bit busy running our son around countryside of the great state of Texas, following him and his track meet dreams.
Yes.
So, man, we have missed you guys though.
Yes.
Every one of you that we have never ever met, or probably never ever will meet. Come on, Watson. You haven't done this in a few weeks, but you're okay. You're good. You got this.
Don't we know most of the people that are actually
Listening and subscribing?
that what listens to us every week or whenever?
All four of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, we know most of them.
Most of them?
Yeah.
Is that really how many there is?
No.
Okay.
No. So Teach, how was your week?
It was fast and furious. Star testing started this week. So extremely intense and boring for 2 days of the week. And then we were in Lubbock on Friday. So
how could that be bad?
That was pretty cool.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So it was a week.
It was a week.
I can't go into details, but yeah.
I hear you. Yeah, so Sam and his track meet season is winding down. 3 weeks ago, he got first in district in the shot put. 2 weeks ago, he came in third in area down in Andrews, Texas. 2 weeks ago. Is that what I not said?
I don't even know. I thought he came in second. He came in second.
Did he come in second? Okay, he came in second.
I don't even know now.
Second or third, one of the two. Still a good showing. Qualified for regionals. Stiffer competition this last weekend in Lubbock. He came in fourth, but still did great. And so we should know early next week, Monday or Tuesday, if he'll be making the trip in a couple of weeks to the state track meet down in Austin, Texas, on the campus of the University of Texas.
Yes, which is quite exciting.
It is. I'm gonna be when we go. I'm gonna be stalking Arch Manning.
Who's Arch Manning?
He's a quarterback for the University of Texas and Peyton and Eli's nephew.
Oh, okay.
So
that's why I didn't know.
Yeah. Nobody tip off Austin PD. Not that they would do anything anyway, but still.
They're probably like, look at that dork.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So are you ready to get started with the more you know?
Absolutely.
All right. The more you know,
the less you need.
Who invented the fire extinguisher?
A fireman.
Nobody knows.
Okay.
That patent, along with thousands of others, were destroyed in an office fire in 1836.
Huh. Except for the owner or the person who actually invented it, they knew and yet couldn't do anything about it.
No record of it.
Holy cow, nobody took it over or
I'm sure that they did, but the original.
The original. I wonder what it looked like.
Oh, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. Would be very interesting.
Absolutely. All right, so we got a true crime case for this week. You ready for it?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Class is in session.
All right, so today we are going to talk about the murder question mark, and I'll explain that later.
Okay.
Of Carl Switzer.
Switzer.
He is not related to the former football coach Barry Switzer.
I was going for Lynn Switzer.
Oh, the former DA here in town now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe on down the line. I don't know.
Okay.
But his name may not sound familiar, but the character he played on TV, you'll be like, ah.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
A Hollywood murder.
Ooh. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. So, Carl Dean Switzer was born August 7th, 1927 in Paris, Illinois.
Okay.
And he passed away on January 21st, 1959 in Los Angeles, California.
Alrighty.
So, his parents were George and Gladys Switzer, and he had an older brother named Harold.
Okay.
George was a farmer there in Illinois, and whenever they would go to auctions or they would have they'd set up fruit stands or vegetable stands on their farm, Carl and his brother would sing and dance and entertain the folks that would come to buy the stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, and so they did some talent shows in the area, did very well in those.
Okay.
And just so happened that their grandparents lived out in California near Los Angeles.
Okay, hence the connection.
Yeah. So one summer on a visit out there, Carl and Harold would try to go on to the studio to audition.
Okay, okay.
But since they didn't have an access pass, they were denied
Okay.
entry.
Okay, I was thinking, so like a walk-on audition type thing was what they were trying to do.
That's what they were trying to do.
But still couldn't get past the gate.
Right.
Okay.
So what does Carl and George do? Harold? George is the dad. What did Carl and Harold do?
Sneak in?
They stood outside the gate and just started singing.
Oh, ooh, that's smart.
Very smart of those young men.
Yes.
Stood by the commissary, so everybody was coming for lunch, and they went to singing and doing their act.
Nice.
This caught the attention of one Hal Roach.
Okay.
He was a bigwig at the studios, and he was over a new series that had just started called Our Gang, which would later be titled Little Rascals.
Oh, cool beans.
Did you watch them?
No.
I mean, like the reruns. I know we didn't watch them live because
I watched neither one of them.
Okay. And I loved the Little Rascals. Them and the Three Stooges.
Well, there's a reason why I don't watch those, so I don't understand it.
Teacher's funny bone was removed as a child.
No, I'm just too dry personality.
Oh. So they would they caught his attention, and he liked what they saw, but he liked Carl more than Howard, and he only had one position left open, so it went to Carl.
Oh, I wonder if Harold was older. Yeah, he was older. Yes. Yeah, he just didn't fit the bill, or what is it called? The persona?
The character shape.
Yeah, the character.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So.
Oh, I wonder if that made him mad.
No.
Was he jealous and killed his brother?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
Well, you know.
Right. The first nickname that Carl was given, first character name that he was given in Our Gang was Hayseed.
Hayseed.
It did not stick.
No, I wouldn't think so. And so why did it go from Our Gang to Little Rascals?
They switched studios.
Oh, okay. Had to do a name change.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hayseed.
Hayseed was in the first 2 episodes.
Okay.
Carl got to stay, but Hayseed name got to go.
Got booted.
Got booted. And he would find way more success under his name change.
Okay.
Alfalfa.
Alfalfa.
Today we're talking about
alfalfa.
Yeah.
That's what we would do with our hair.
Stick it up.
We would stick it up. Or if somebody's was sticking up, we'd be like, look at you, alfalfa.
Yeah. He was.
That's all I knew of that.
Yeah. He was probably my favorite character in our game.
Yeah.
Little Rascals.
It was kind of like a set in the 30s type thing,
Mhm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Around the Great Depression. So
yeah.
they had to make do with what they had, and it was about their little adventures they would go on.
That's kind of cool, like a friends.
Mhm.
They would just hang out and do things.
Yeah, like their neighborhood friends. It was also one of the first series that prominently had a black child actor in a prominent role.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty cool.
I believe his character's name was Stymie, but I don't remember for sure. But also another character, another child actor on there, grew up to be, pointing at teacher, putting her on the spot, and she's looking at me like
Frankenstein.
I would have been before this. So.
But there was characters. They could have grown up to be the actor or actress of it.
Well, he was an actor.
Okay.
Robert Blake.
Beretta. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. He was a Little Rascal.
I vaguely remember that. I liked Beretta. I like that bird.
Cockatoo.
That bird.
Was it a cockatoo?
Yep.
I did too.
I wanted one.
Yeah.
Did we get off of your notes?
I did. I need to keep a marker. So after just a few short weeks, he established himself as a formidable talent. Went from being just an on-screen, like what's it called? Like they're on it, but they don't have any big parts. They're
minor character.
A minor character to being one of the more leading guys to being.
Oh, so he got to be a main character.
Mm-hmm. It was Spanky.
Yeah.
And then it was Alfalfa. So they were.
Oh.
Yeah, they were both right there, neck and neck.
Nice.
All throughout the run of the series.
So they were basically the lead roles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Carl appeared in over 61 Our Gang comedies from 1935 through 1940.
Nice. 35 to 40. Yep. Kind of at the mid of the Depression.
Mm-hmm. And
up into World War II.
He had an iconic early career in Hollywood. His
child actor, right?
Comedic antics with Spanky, his romantic entanglements with Darla, who was, her hometown is just across the border over here in western Oklahoma, not far from Elk City.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. And his rivalry with Butch, on-screen
rivalry.
Thank you, with Butch. It all led to even today people are still talking about Alfalfa, and you saying you'd see people when you was in school with their hair sticking up in Cali, and y'all be like, oh, Alfalfa, So he became an icon.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, icons
fade,
grow up, and they don't stay that same character.
Nope. It's hard to keep the kids when their bodies are growing.
Exactly. And as it is with all child actors, Carl became too mature to be Alfalfa.
They should have just kept the series going as they grew up or something.
Followed through high school.
Or something, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That would have been good. The final show that Carl appeared on was entitled Kitty Cure, and it originally aired in 1940.
How old was he then?
By 1940, he was 14.
Okay.
So, his body's
So
going
did those other people lose their characters too?
pretty much, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He wanted to continue into acting. However, he was stereotyped
Big time.
big
Because
time.
anytime anybody would look at him, it would be like, that's Alfalfa. What are you doing here?
Mm-hmm. He went on many auditions, and sorry, we got distracted by our cat. I guess needing a drink or something. She's in the cabinet getting a cup out. Jordan, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, he would later in life, not much later, but he would later in life say, "Yeah, I'd go to these auditions, and the only thing the directors or producers would want is me to talk like Alfalfa and put my cowlick up in the air. They didn't want me to read for the part that I was in there for."
That's wrong.
That is wrong, and I'm sure it still goes on. I don't know Hollywood, I'm a truck driver. I don't know Hollywood and all that, but I know um, Dustin Diamond said that every time he went for an audition, it was always, "Hey, do the Screech voice or give us that Screech look." He said they couldn't get past that.
Yeah, I think that's when you have to like totally change your appearance and just reinvent yourself. Isn't that what they normally do? Is they just have to reinvent themselves
Hmm. And just take whatever. I mean, look at also from the show
yeah.
that Dustin Diamond was on, Saved by the Bell, Mario Lopez. I mean, now he's hosting this show and that show and the Miss America pageant.
Mm-hmm.
Totally
So I
redefined
think
himself.
it's just one of those you make it or break it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that he didn't make it.
Well, he did have other roles that he was
Mm-hmm.
in, a lot smaller. Um, he was in a movie called State of the Union, and also had a role in a movie called Pat and Mike, which both of those starred Spencer Tracy and Katharine Hepburn.
Big names, big names. So it was a very minor character.
Mm-hmm. He was also in a movie with Bob Hope called My Favorite Blonde.
Oh.
Um, and he had very minor roles in two iconic Christmas movies.
Oh, I thought there was just one.
He was in It's a Wonderful Life, where he played Mary's date at the high school dance when George come to dance with her.
Yes, yes.
And then he opened up the swimming pool underneath the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Carl. He was also in
Dun, dun, dun.
one of my favorite movies of all time, Christmas wise.
Okay.
White Christmas.
A White Christmas. Oh yeah, the picture. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Yes, the picture when Danny Kaye and Bing Crosby's characters go and meet the sisters, the Haynes sisters, for the first time, and they say,
Benny.
brother Benny, and yeah, we just got this picture today that the young man in the picture is Carl Switzer.
Oh, did he get paid for that?
Oh, I'm sure.
Like it was just a picture.
Yeah.
Like that was his whole role. Like, dude, I sign up. I don't gotta memorize any lines.
Just put the uniform on me and smile.
Yeah. Wow.
Absolutely.
He probably didn't get a whole lot.
I'm sure Bing Crosby made more than he did for that movie, but
imagine all four of them did.
Mm-hmm. Disappointment followed for Carl and his fellow child actors. Hollywood refused to let them grow up and take adult roles.
That's bad on their part.
He became frustrated and burnt out on Hollywood, but still would take parts whenever they were offered to him in hopes that it would reignite his career.
Yeah.
So in between getting these roles, he would supplement his income by bartending, being a guide on hunting and fishing trips in Northern California, which he later owned that company,
Oh, nice.
and also training dogs to be hunt dogs.
Oh, okay. Like bird dog type thing?
Mhm.
Okay. He trained them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you learn all that from? Well, he probably grew up doing it, so.
Probably,
Okay.
I bet so. However, by the end of the 1950s, uh, things were getting rough for Carl again. He married and divorced quickly, and then his ex-wife remarried. They were only married for like 3 years.
Okay.
After the divorce, his ex-wife remarried quickly, and shortly after she got remarried, um, she gave birth to a baby boy.
Oh.
Years later, after thinking that this guy was his dad and doing a DNA test, found out that Alfalfa was his dad, and she never told him.
How rude. That's wrong.
It's very wrong. You women are evil.
Mm-mm.
Some women are evil.
There you
Some
go.
men are evil.
Yep. So after the divorce.
In January of 1958, Carl was shot by an unknown assailant who was never caught. Now he would recover, obviously, because he died in 59.
Okay.
So this is January of 58, outside a nightclub, and somebody just drives by and shoots at him, and he spends some time in the hospital recuperating, but the guy was never caught.
Okay.
Or the person was never caught.
Maybe it was the ex trying to shoot him, kill him.
Maybe so. Maybe so.
Okay.
So the rest of 1958 goes along. Nothing really bad happens. And
still not successful.
Still, doing his part-time jobs to make ends meet. He had a partner in the one article said it was the dog training business. One article said it was the tour guide, the guide for the hunt and fishing tour guides. So had a partner by the name of Moses Bud Stilts that Carl said Moses owed Carl $50.
Okay.
So $50.
Yeah, but back then
doesn't sound like a lot.
Right.
But that $50, today's money, is $536.65.
See?
So
that was a lot back then.
It was. So January 21st, 1959, Carl goes to Moses' house. Argument ensues over the $50, and this is why I said earlier that the possible murder of Carl Switzer. Moses shot and killed Carl. Now, Moses was arrested, and when it goes to trial, the shooting took place at 10400 Columbus Avenue in San Fernando Valley, just outside of Los Angeles.
Okay.
So at the trial, Moses was released, and it was ruled a justifiable homicide because one witness spoke up and said he saw Carl with a knife holding it to Moses. Other witnesses refuted that, but with that one saying that he saw it, the judge ruled it justifiable homicide.
Okay.
And the case was dismissed.
So Moses must have been holding a gun at the same time then.
Yeah, who's to say who would, if Carl would have got to him and stabbed him, if Carl had a knife.
Yeah, if he even had a knife.
Would he have been let go for justifiable homicide.
Oh no.
So, um,
So
so
that's
that
that's Carl's life.
that's Carl's life right there. That's short and sweet episode this week. Um,
How old was he?
he was 32.
32 years old.
He is buried in the Hollywood Forever Cemetery in Los Angeles, which I believe when we were out there with the high school band 12, 13 years ago, however long it was, I believe that's the one that we drove by when we were going to the studios. I believe. I'd like to go back out there someday.
Me too.
Los Angeles, invite us out there. Anybody we know.
We don't know anybody.
Kathy, how close are you to Los Angeles?
Who's Kathy?
From the pool group, Pierce.
Okay.
One of the moderators with me.
Is she the one that lives never seen Alcatraz?
No, that's another one. Oh, hey, yeah. So Stephanie, invite us out. Kathy.
Weird that it's all girls.
Wow. Probably
He's stumbling now. He can't find the words.
A subject to discuss after we record.
Okay. Anyway, that would be cool to get to go back.
It would. It would be very cool. Go to Universal Studios again, the Hollywood tour. Go to that amazing Chinese restaurant that I don't remember the name, so I'm not sure we'd be able to find it.
Probably not, but I could live without that.
Yeah. Remember those big Twixes?
No.
I'll leave it to the fat guy to remember that stuff.
There was a lot going on, so I don't remember a whole lot.
So that is the tragic end of Carl Switzer.
So what did his brother do? I don't know. I wasn't investigating
I wasn't looking him up. Yeah.
Okay.
My bibliography for this week is HollywoodForever.com, Carl Alfalfa Switzer, OakPark.com, 10 Surprising Facts About White Christmas, History.com, actor Carl Switzer of Our Game, murdered, ? And findagrave.com, Carl Switzer. Which findagrave.com, for anybody that has never heard of it, is a very cool website. You can type in a name and you can find if they're listed in there. Not everybody's listed in every shoot. If they're listed in there, you can find anybody's grave. And I found out something about my family, my mom's side of the family, that I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Her uncle, my great uncle, had a son pass away when he was 2 years old and is buried just 40 miles from here in Wheeler, Texas, where all my family's from. I've been to that cemetery a bajillion times and never knew that. And so I called Mom and told her, and she had no idea. She remembered her Uncle Bo and her Aunt Ellen, but she didn't remember that they had a baby that died.
Oh, poor baby.
Yeah. So I'm thinking we're going to be taking a trip down to Wheeler and looking up baby Guans and going from there.
Yeah, if she didn't know that he existed, nobody's visited.
And it looked like a very old tombstone.
Well, I imagine. We'll have to go hunt it down.
Yeah, we will. So Teach is grabbing the bowl to see what we're going to be doing for next week. Shake it up. Shake it up, baby, now. Shake it up, baby.
Twist and shout.
Twist and shout.
Paranormal.
Huh. All right, Nathan, I'm going to need some help on this one, dude.
Use your own brain.
Make Deanna a believer.
He's on the way to Iowa.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of Nathan, good friend of ours, Teach and I, for those classmates, and he is a classmate. He's on here, so, but he has his own show called My Paranormal Experience, and so give Nathan a watch. they've just started streaming it on Tubi, the first season. So hook our brother up.
Heck yeah.
So, all right, classmates, we'll be back next week because there's no track meet until the week after. So we will be back next week with a paranormal story for you. Hope y'all have a good week.
Alrighty, class is dismissed.